What's up, everyone? It's Rod Rodriguez here with the After Action Review podcast, and this is your 3 takeaways from episode 24 with Matthew Griffin, CEO of Combat Flip Flops. Now, you're probably thinking that before you start your business or before you launch, you have to know how to do everything perfectly. You have to have the perfect website. You have to have the perfect product. You have to have the perfect everything. And I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be about perfect. It has to be about getting it done, pushing it out the door, and then improving on it as you go along. You heard, there's a saying about putting the plane together while you're flying it or fixing the plane while you're flying it. Well, that's pretty much it. Combat Flip Flops had to figure it out as they went along, which leads us to number 1.
I mean, none of us know how to make shoes. None of us know how to use an Illustrator. And I just sketched it out on a piece of paper, the AK, here's what I'm thinking I want it to look like. And he comes back 2 days later, learned SketchUp, figured out Illustrator. He's like, is this what you were looking at? Like, yeah, tweak this or tweak that. And then we just said, oh, this Facebook thing's kind of cool. Maybe we meet some people who provide us some feedback. So we started a Facebook page. Said, hey, we're thinking about doing this. What do you think? And people were like, oh, that's cool. I think you should change this. And we got a little bit of feedback. And
so right now we're all in the day and age of venture capital, Kickstarter, angel investors. It seems like everybody's throwing money everywhere, except maybe in your direction. And you're probably thinking, I can't start my business until I have a couple of $1,000s to do this, a couple of $1,000s to do that. I've been pushing this over and over again. You are your venture capital money. You are your startup money. That 9-to-5 job is your startup money. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, well, you know what? I'll let Matt tell you a little bit more about that, which leads us to number 2.
And if you're not willing to spend your own money on it, the people that you want money from, they recognize that, and they're not going to spend their money on you if you're not willing to spend your own. That's just kind of how it works.
Sales is tough. Trying to convince somebody that your product is what they should be putting their money in, that can be a tough thing to do. If you have an opportunity, you gotta hone that sales skill. You gotta sharpen your sales blade so when it's time to sell, you're ready.
I would have to say it's really important. I took some sales training courses. I like Ari Galper's Unlock the Game, stupid things like How to Win Friends and Influence People, the old Dale Carnegie method. But, sales is really just about problem solving. That's all that it is. Like any true product solves a problem. And if you are asking your customers what problem they have and you could sell them or trade them in value a solution to their problem, they're going to work with you. So that's all you need to recognize is sales is problem solving. You're helping somebody else solve their problem, and they're willing to have a fair value exchange in the process of solving their problem.
All right, guys, that was 3 takeaways with Matt Griffin, CEO of Combat Flip Flops. Guys, this is a great organization, great business, and I'm telling you, this is the interview you should be listening to, all right, and watching. So once you're done here, click the link, go and watch the full interview, listen to what Combat Flip Flops had to go through to get to where they are now. We're talking winning Shark Tank. We're talking being on TED Talks. We're talking about being on the After Action Review podcast, and that is pretty badass too. Just as good as being on TED Talks. So what up, TED Talks? All right, that's it for me. I will see you at episode 24.